Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be having probably a sort of, I don't know, boring video, I guess you could say. As y'all know, the Sephora VIB sale has come and gone, and within the wake of said 10, 15, 20% off sale, I have been watching a crap ton of Sephora VIB sale haul videos. Y'all have not seen my travesty of a video. I will leave that link down below. But as I was watching these videos, I noticed like amongst them, there were like trends and specific products that like a majority of the people would purchase. Like more often than not, I would see them in multiple videos that I was watching and being like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was hyped up, or that's really popular. Case in point, the Cover FX monochromatic blush duos. Everybody was working on getting their hands on those. And I thought it would be interesting and kind of fun and just kind of like a, you know, I gotta come up with content video kind of idea. To look at some of the products that were like purchased a lot and seemed, you know, people were curious about it, people really loved them, and kind of just throw in my 2 cents and be like, oh, now that I've seen it a crap ton times, is that something that I'm interested in, or am I still kind of like, no, I'm good? I mean, basically no one asked me for my opinion, but I'm gonna give me my opinion because that is how I roll. I got my list here of things that, I mean, I just saw over and over and over again. I was just like, some of the things, I must admit, I was like, boo, you right, yes, you get that. One of which being, we're just gonna go right into this. One of which being the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Y'all know, yeah, girl loves that product. It is what I use to prime my face today. And I highly recommend anyone with dry skin to check this out. They even have like a little mini of it for $15 if you're a little bit concerned about committing to the full size. But it is just, it creates the most amazing, like tacky, gripping base for your foundation. And as someone with cracked Saharan desert skin, it really just brings that hydration in and makes the product go on so smoothly. Absolutely love it. Everyone who got it, I was all like, I love it, yes. Then something that I actually had discussed in a I think I will buy it, and those were the Too Faced Sweet Peach Crystal Whips for your eyes, for your face, for your lips, thingy, shiny, whatevers. And I saw quite a few people picking up 1, 2, or 3 shades, or they'd pick up 1 shade and love it and then go back and pick up 3 more. I was like, okay, a lot of people are going in on these. And honestly, in that I think will I buy it, I was like, oh, all right, I'm kind of interested. I might, you know, get 1 or 2 shades to see what they're all about. But after watching people haul them and swatch them, I was like, they're a bit more of a faint, effervescent fairy fart of glitter than what I would prefer for paying like $22. I need a little more cha-cha-cha-cha on my lids. I mean, I have powder shimmers that would do more than what these did, and I'm like, why would I pay the $22 to get that little like, woo, to make it an extra step when I've got palettes with amazing shimmer, I mean, you see? And I've got amazing shimmer, shiny, cha-cha-cha formulas that don't require an extra step. I'm just like, I'm good, moving on. Speaking of moving on, I feel like this, and I don't know if it's like every VIB sale, but this specific VIB sale, I saw a lot of people, including myself, investing in the, why won't you stop? Investing in the expensive, more pricey skincare like Tatcha, Ole Hendrickson, and Drunk Elephant. I saw so much people buying that Drunk Elephant stuff. And if you are not familiar with Drunk Elephant, just insert super expensive skincare brand right here. I mean, this stuff is like, you know, 80, 120, just, it's really on that higher spectrum of the price point. Now, the people who were buying these things were all like, this is amazing, it has changed my life, it has changed my skin for the better. And your girl, me, I ain't 21 no more. I am 29 now, approaching 30, and I have issues with this. I got little fine lines and texture going up on here, lines here, unevenness, whatever going on, and I'm getting a little paranoid, and I'm like, all right, I gotta shellac and I gotta fix this. I am not going to age gracefully. My mother, I love her. She is just so beautiful and self-assured, and then you have me, and I'm going kicking and screaming. And they've got, I mean, the things I'm interested in is they've got like this like Sukari baby facial, that's like $90. They have like a 56 something moisturizer. I mean, the Tatcha one I bought was like 68, so it's probably cheaper than that. And I'm like, there's just some things that I'm kind of like, yeah, sure, I'd like to try that. But I wish with expensive skincare like Tatcha, like Drunk Elephant, like Sunday Riley, they would produce their products in the normal big ginormous $120 job, and then they'd have it in like a smaller, cut in half, less ridiculously expensive version. I mean, I understand they just want to make money, but I feel like if they give those two options rather than being like, here's a 100-point perk, because if they can make it in the version that's this big, they can make it in the version that's in the middle. To give people, honestly, that option to spend a little less to try it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of on the fence there. I'm like, you know, I'd like to try it, but I'm not made of money. I just invested in some expensive skincare. But if any of y'all have used any Drunk Elephant products, let us know what you would recommend if they are worth that high price tag. Obviously, the Cover FX blushes, I went crazy. People went crazy. People were getting 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. That was one of the it items of the sale. And then another it item from the sale was and I understand this released like just before the sale started, the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker bronzer. If I see another ad for that, I am going to lose my mind. But basically, 90% of the haul videos I watched, people were getting this product. And I realized that so many people are just way more into bronzing than I am. I'm like, the most bronze I'll go is like with a bronzy neutrally blush and kind of bring it up there, but I don't do nothing here. I ain't doing none of the contour or nothing. I just don't. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm not, you know, whether I like it or not. For a long time with my makeup, I was very big into the pale, vampiric, goth aesthetic, and I'm like, I ain't gonna bronze because that don't look goth. I've got bronzers that I don't use. Maybe I need to try to just like pull it out, and maybe we'll try to add a little color for this while I am, you know, the darkest shade I'm gonna be out of the 365 days of the year. But I'm probably not gonna pick it up. Like, people were like, oh my goodness, it's amazing, it's Fenty, it's whatever. And I'm like, well, I got bronzers from other brands I don't use, and I definitely ain't gonna pay $30-something for another bronzer I'm not going to use. And I'm at least glad that I've come to terms with that within myself, because I used to buy anything and everything, even if I didn't use it. Another product that I saw that was like a lot of people were getting, which I understand, because usually when the sale happens, we're like, well, we gotta get those bigger ticket items to really make the most of this sale. And one of the eyeshadow palettes that I saw several people purchase was the Too Faced Natural Lust palette, which was that like the recap of the Natural Love palette that they then took and added like a green and a kind of pinky red. And a lot of people said it's really beautiful and amazing. They love it. You've got the 50,000 neutrals. You've got that kind of pop of color. For me, I got got burned by the first one. I'm not really feeling a lot of Too Faced eyeshadow formulas lately. And I saw people buy it and I was just like, they're like, oh look, it's pretty, and they swatched it and I'm like, yep, it's a neutral palette with a pop of color. I'm good. Another thing, it wasn't so much like a particular thing, so much as it was like a whole brand that people were buying from. And now this brand, I know it made its claim Sol de Janeiro. We'll just put that out there. And I know they kind of had their like rise whatever to fame with that like bum cream that basically didn't actually do anything for your butt, but it smelled amazing. And there were just so many people that were buying the fragrance mist, which I got one through Octoly. It does smell nice, smells like buttered popcorn. They were getting the bum cream, they were getting the SPF sticks, they were getting those shiny shimmer body oils that I was kind of like, I never put highlighter on my body or shimmer or glitter, but your girl kind of need one of those. And there were just so many products that people were just buying from it that they're like, oh, I absolutely love this. This is amazing. It smells so good. It's like summer, vacation, beach, and a product. And I will admit, after seeing people like mention them and talk about them and do all whatever with them, I was like, I might need some of that. I was like, it's so funny how you have this like subliminal marketing where if you see something long enough and repetitive enough, like the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick, I must have seen that ad like 50 times, probably more than 50 times. And then when the whatever happened, I was like, I'ma get that, because I had become brainwashed by seeing it so much. So you see these people talk about these products, you're like, well, if they love them, if they think they're fantastic, I need to try it. And honestly, getting real here for a second, I honestly think that's kind of a bit of a problem with the whole like makeup community consumerism, because like we do see people and we're like, oh, if it works for them and it's great, we're gonna go out and buy it. And sometimes we don't take into consideration our own personal preferences, desires, and needs. For example, I've seen the Fenty Beauty bronzer ad, I don't know how many times, 50 million people bought it during the sale, but I am still able to step back and say, yes, it's hyped, people are excited, people are whatever, but you don't bronze. It's just something I wouldn't get any use out of. And like I said, back in the day, I'd have given in to the subliminal messaging and I'd have bought it, probably in every shade, because that was the kind of addict I was. Another thing that actually makes me kind of sad, this is definitely something that I saw people buy and purchase and show and haul repeatedly, and I was like, I'm gonna need this. I had it in my cart. That is the Laneige Glowy lip balm. Your girl has been, my lips aren't as youthful as they used to be. I'm getting to, and they're not as smooth and wonderful. And people were like, oh, this is amazing. And I'm like, all right, I need to invest in some really fancy, nice lip care. People spoke really highly of this. They spoke highly of the gloss. They spoke highly of the Laneige sleeping lip mask. And I was like, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna give me some of that. I'm gonna treat my lips to some skincare like I'm doing with the rest of my face. And then I did my research and I found out that Laneige is not cruelty free. And it made me really, really blinking sad. So I removed that from my cart and then I was like, okay, well, I'll try something from Fresh, which I then found out they're not cruelty free either. And I was like, feeling a little bit perturbed right now. One last thing that a lot of people were getting into and purchasing and showing off and being like, ooh, look at this, was the Jouer, the Hydro, it's their setting powder that's got like hyaluronic acid and stuff in it, so that it's a powder that has like hydrating qualities, which you guys know your girl needs if y'all took a shot every time I discussed my face's need for moisture, y'all'd be dead. But it's this pressed powder compact, looks absolutely beautiful. Jouer has very clean and sleek, aesthetically pleasing, just cosmetics and packaging on a whole. And I'm like kind of slightly, partly interested. Part of my thing is like I've been doing loose setting powders and I've been absolutely loving that. So I'm like, it's a powder and a compact, which I kind of don't do anymore, but it did pique my interest when I saw these people and they were like, ooh, shiny, pretty, whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, they're gonna make my under eyes look amazing. Is it gonna make me look 16 again? Probably not, but I still have an interest in trying it. And that's all the products I'm going to be talking about today. There are definitely a lot of overlapping things. Once again, expensive skincare. That's one thing I could have talked about. I saw a lot of people hauling that Charlotte Tilbury stuff, which I understand because I was like, oh, let me just look at her stuff on Sephora. She is expensive. She is expensive. Definitely let me know down below your thoughts on these products. If there are products that I talked about that you're like, yes, these are worth the money, do let me know because I have been influenced by y'all's selections and suggestions. I mean, ColourPop, the Natasha Denona, whatever. I mean, there's so many things that y'all suggest. I'm like, well, y'all think it's good. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!